and welcome to your February 2016 Cartomancy Divination reading. This reading is for the entire month of February, and before we get started with the Cartomancy Divination card deck that I, Red Earth Goddess, have created, we have here behind me a crystal quartz cluster, a green agate pyramid, and all of these carry very symbolic messages for the entire month of February. And then we've got a pirate little potion, as I like to call it, pirate stone. We have here my shaman's wind chime with the dream catcher, as well as a crystal quartz pendant. And then we've got my Terramundi money pot. So this entire month of February, I'm going to please ask you guys, advise you to really take care of your finances, to save up as much as you can, where you can, even if you're not consciously aware, or if you're not up for saving hundreds and hundreds a month, what you can do is just realize, or put away $1 a day or a few dollars a week or something of that nature. And then here we've got a green candle, and then in the end we've got again another crystal quartz cluster. Okay, so because I usually have a totem here, I'm feeling that my green mamba snake really would like to be here, part of this path journey. Okay, now snake skin symbolizes the skin that you've shed within the last year, within the last decade, within the last few months, within the last few weeks. And they're very symbolic in magic for protection. They protect your finances. They give you luck in finances. They give you luck with your root chakra, which is also symbolized with survival instincts, finances, and things of that nature. Okay. If we could put this right here. Okay, let's get on with the reading. It's getting a little hot in here, so it's about 7 a.m. in the morning. I've been up before 6. There is no sun today so far, and I'm very much excited to start this new February 2016 reading. So this is going to be a community reading that's going to be associated, with people that is, in my community, and okay. Two cards popped up, and I'm going to read both. The first one, the Queen of Spades. The second one is the Six of Spades, okay? So with this card can mean so many different symbolic messages, okay? It can symbolize people moving as usual. There's a lot of people that have been planning on moving this year. And I believe we even found that in the January reading, where people are moving. And I can in fact say that there have been some successful moves. Okay, but I'm feeling that this is also more so of a business move. I'm seeing there's people that have been really contemplating on opening up a physical shop with metaphysics, selling educational books created by people who have had life experience with the paranormal, with spirituality, that are really trying to get themselves well known and out there. There's a lot of spiritual healers that you can find worldwide in the web right now, and I feel they're everybody is getting their voice out slowly, and so therefore, because of that, I feel there are owners out there, owners such as business owners, who are really looking to have a corporation, business, like a physical location, or even a website. You can have a physical website, where you design your website to be a certain way, like a queen of spades or like a queen of hearts, even though this is not a queen of heart or a queen of pentacles. Queens, usually queens and kings like to appear very luxurious, like they're living a really luxurious lifestyle. So I feel there's a lot of people who are really, really thinking and feeling that they'd like to have this business open up and find a good location, first and foremost, to have this business. Again, this can also symbolize people moving for houses, and there will be some people who will actually think of living in the building, okay, that they have for their business. Like the first story can be the business, and the top, they live at the top of the business, or live in the basement, or perhaps, do readings and healings and sessions from home. There's people that they do that as well, or they rent a basement, and, they have their own room. They have a separate room where they do healings and sessions and readings, or they have a sign outside of a window that says, they do it from home. So if you're going to do this, just please make sure you're getting a permit, because you don't want to do anything illegally and then have to suffer aftermath, okay? So that's why we've got, the pyrite here, and we've got the terramundi, okay? So please be aware of the finances that are being taken in and put out. Just be aware of what's going on and pay attention to the laws of your state, of your province, of your country, and go by that stuff, okay? And so with this, I really do feel that there's community work involved, that there's a lot of balance that needs to take place. So first and foremost, stay balanced with your desires and your wants, and then really pay attention to your finances, because finances play a huge major role in basically all of this. I mean, if you're not financially in check or don't have a proper credit, then of course, your landlord is not going to really want you to move in to pay the rent or sign a lease, because they're going to be like, well, this person doesn't have a good credit, so, I don't know if I could trust this person in living here. So what I'm going to ask you to do is really pay attention to your finances and really pay attention, so that you're more able to, turn your body to the other side and move forward to the winds of change, so that you can move forward on this path. Because, some people, I understand, they have to have a long journey and they have to really endure a lot of struggles and obstacles. But just understand that this is for the better, and that it's teaching you how to handle yourself in these types of circumstances, okay? In order to really grasp something and to be successful at something, you must understand it, you must make peace with it. Don't argue with it, don't slam your head against it. I mean, there's no mistakes, it's gonna happen, but if you could eventually pick yourself up and really come to the conclusion and really work with these things, then eventually, you're the one that's gonna grow, you're the one that it's gonna change for you. Okay? So, see what else we pick up. Okay, and so after that, we've got the King of Diamonds. Okay, so this is a good confirmation here. Excuse me. So I feel, because we don't have the sun out today, it's not very, I don't know if you're able to see it properly, but with this card, I'm just sensing that, again, the King of Diamonds is symbolic for money, and it's also symbolic of power. It's also symbolic of business. It's also symbolic of a new place. So again, like I said, there's a lot of, luxuries and things of that nature that's really coming together. Okay, so it could be also that the things that you've worked really hard for last year, as well as in January. I know there's a lot of people during the Mercury retrograde that have taken a pause and, relaxed, which is good, because we need to relax, contemplate and really take in what's going on. But there's also other people that have, done so much work in the past that Mercury retrograde I'm not judging anybody saying who's done more work, who's done less work, but some people, depending on their influence and what they've experienced and what they've done, and they don't feel threatened by Mercury retrograde. So either or, it's continuing, okay? So everything that you've put out and worked really hard for is continuing and it's manifesting, okay? So for people who have not reached the moves, whether it's a physical move or a business move from January, it's coming in February for you, okay? And I'm seeing it again. These things usually they take, they may manifest differently for different people. But I'm seeing the third week of February, because the first 2 weeks, usually people are really into like Valentine's Day and stuff, so they spend a lot of money, spoiling each other and things like that. But if you're somebody who's single and not really, into that stuff, and even people who are coupled up and they're not really into like Valentine's Day, I see you putting in a lot of more energy and effort during the first 2 weeks of February. But I also do see other people who are doing a lot of things at once. Like they're spoiling each other on Valentine's Day. They're taking each other out for dinner. They're buying each other expensive chocolates and rings and jewelry and roses and flowers and poetry and things of that nature. But they're also, still doing the work, the physical work of, opening up the business, looking into different locations or different apartments or homes to live in, okay? But to give you any form of advice, I'd like to tell you that the best way, and coming from my own experiences, guys, the best way to truly attract what it is that you really, really want, you really have to be able to center, point, and work towards one thing, okay? Because when we do so many things at once, like we do this, then we send out scattered energies. So I advise you, take one step at a time towards that one thing that you truly, truly need. Okay, so if you're, for example, planning this time in spring, okay, let's just say you really want to move, whether it's a home or a business or both, into one location, okay? Before you do that, I'm going to advise you to save up. Going back to the money pot here. Save up, guys. Pay attention to where your finances are coming from and going to. This is highly important. This is going to be a big phase, a big importance of all of February, okay? And then when you pay attention and you see, you can then make changes, and that may take another month. And then you'll be able to recognize that, you know what? Because I'm now aware of where my money's coming from and where it's going to, and now I'm able to make the changes, which takes time as well. Maybe I'll be able to move in the spring. Maybe I'll be able to do this in the summer. Maybe, do you get what I mean? So again, with everybody, it's going to be different depending on what they've been doing with themselves. So there you go, okay? So to continue, we've got another card. And then we've got the 8 of Diamonds. So we've got another diamond card, okay? And this card, I feel like it confirms the spring, basically. I feel like this confirms the spring. Depending on where you live, your cultural influence, your religious influence, your spiritual influence, the wheel that you celebrate, the calendar that you celebrate, a lot of the old ancient days, spring starts at different dates, okay, than what we celebrate now. But I'm feeling that this is more so, I don't know, I'm seeing like March. I'm seeing March, April for this reading. Okay, this card usually I see like May or whatever, May, June, sometimes, but for this reading, for those people that I just specifically said, I'm seeing March and April, okay? There's going to be that taking place for you, and she's got pink roses in her hand, so there's a lot of unconditional support. And it's not just love, but it's support on the physical plane, in every way possible. Okay, and then we've got the Ace of Diamonds. Wow, we're on a roll here with these diamond cards. So, okay, I think I should get more into the light here, because I kind of away from the light. There we go. That's much better, because I was like going. Anyways, so we've got the Ace of Diamonds. Okay, guys. And this basically symbolizes that, you know, it's coming, it's on its way, it's already here for you. You've already put out so much energy, emphasis on having this to work out, okay? So with this, there's going to be a lot of reaping all the benefits, reaping everything that you've worked really, really hard for, you know. Like there's like a party going on, so this can just symbolize that, like I said, it's all going to work out when it's meant to work out. Just please pay attention to your finances, guys. Diamonds are symbolic of finances. Diamonds are symbolic of fame, of stardom, of spirituality, of lots of different stuff, okay? And it can be symbolic for me because I created this deck, but it could also be symbolic for you based on what you feel and how you feel about it, okay? I always say and I always state, even though I'm reading something for you, please make sure you're tapping into your own intuition and your own heart center and your own mind. Allow them to work together, and pay attention to how you feel about what it is that I have to say, because when it does resonate, then it works. But if it doesn't resonate, or if you're questioning yourself, let's just say it does resonate, but you're still questioning because you want an extra dose of confirmation, get into that heart center and your intuition and your mind. Allow them to work together and see, you know, how it's working out for you, you know. So that's always good to do. That is definitely always a good thing to do, okay? And I'm going to pull out one more card because I feel, you know, this month it looks like we're really concentrating on finances, and we're becoming much more aware of how much finances makes a difference in our daily life. I'm somebody that needs to have my coffee every morning, okay? And so last year I was rarely home. So if I wasn't at a certain place, I was always getting coffee out. And I didn't realize, well, I did realize, but I started writing down how much money I was spending every day on coffee mornings. And usually it's seductive in terms of if you buy coffee out when you're out, you're going to want to buy a sandwich out. You're going to want to buy breakfast out. You're going to want to buy a biscuit out. And this thing, you know, it adds up every day. It adds up every morning. Okay, you don't end up eating at home. You don't end up drinking from home. And so the finances add up. So pay attention. How much money are you spending every day, every morning? You know, a lot of people, you know, because they work 40 hours and plus, you know, they don't have time to make breakfast at home. They don't have time to make coffee at home. You know, when they leave work, they get drive-through or you know, they get that stuff from out. Or during breaks at work, they constantly go and get themselves food or coffee. So just pay attention to where your finances are going, okay? So now what I do is this year, even though I still get coffee sometimes in the mornings and from out, I've been really concentrating on making coffee and food from home because if you really pay attention to how much you're spending, guys, you'll really, really realize that much money you're spending on coffee can really allow you to invest more in something, okay? And it doesn't have to be a car. It doesn't have to be a multi-million condo, luxurious condo, but just becoming much more aware of where your money is going and coming from allows that growth to take place, allows for your mind to be aware of where the money's coming and going from. And I'm going to keep saying that over and over and over again, okay? Because we do still have the 5 planetary alignment going on until February the 20th, we're going to be seeing a lot of communications with where our finances are coming from. we're going to be seeing a lot of people having a hard time letting go of purchasing so much luxuries. We're going to be seeing, like, it's going to be a pull and tug, but I think people are going to seriously have a wake-up call this month, and they're going to really see that. And if it's not the first 2 weeks, it's going to be after Valentine's Day. They're going to really see, holy crap, what am I doing with my money? Okay, so just really pay attention. I mean, if there's some people, they love to propose to their true love in this month, February, you know. People love to do that because on Valentine's Day, it's very romantic. They propose, they give each other engagement rings, a promise ring, a bracelet, a necklace of a promise, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Some people, they even pay with that with, they do like a weekly or a bi-weekly or a monthly certain credits where they, you know, they, if it's not a credit card, they'll actually be receiving from that store some form of credit where they pay it off every week, every 2 weeks. Like, they don't buy it in one shot, the ring or the jewelry. They'll pay it off like that. So that's another good way that you could do, okay? But pay attention that you're paying it all off before. I always like to say before the day that it's due so that you don't get extra fees, okay? So that you don't have to pay more than the actual ring in the overall year or the overall however long you're paying for this ring to be paid off or this jewelry to be paid off. So this is another way for you to be more aware of where your finances are coming and going from. I'm not telling anybody not to purchase these things for your loves. You know, I mean, if it's in your heart's desire to propose to someone, especially if you're going to be moving in with them, or, you know, you really want that other significant other to know how you truly feel about them, please, by all means, you know, show your love for them. And if you're going to do so, do it with a ring. But like I said, please be aware of where your finances are going. If you're going to be purchasing that ring, then do pay attention to where your everyday morning breakfast and coffees are going. Okay, so this is what I mean with the luxuries. If you're going to be spending money a lot in one area, please balance it out in other areas of your life. Okay, so I really do wish you that happy Valentine's Day for those who are getting engaged and deepening their commitments to each other. And because we've got the 5 of Diamonds, this has confirmed this 5 planetary position of change that's taking place for February and moving onwards into March of this year, because I saw this as March, April. Okay. And I do see there's water. These females are holding water, and the water is flowing into, from these, they kind of look like the Terramundi pot, to be quite frank. These are pots. These are ancient pots. Okay. If you could see. And it's flowing into this other pot. And on this pot here, you're not really able to see, but there is a face. And through its mouth, there's water flowing out. So really, money, it's going to be symbolic of money, of love, okay? This is what I'm going to tell you. Money, love, support, protection, guidance, a condo, a home, a business, a support system, a community, marriage, commitments, everything, okay? Change, everything. It's coming from these females, okay? Your guides, your protectors, the people around you. But it's moving. There's movement, okay? Because they're bringing the water, the pots, the funds. You know, they're moving it. They're putting it, they're taking it, and they're putting it somewhere else. They're changing the location. They're bringing it, and they're flowing it. They're allowing it to flow into this one. And this one is not just eating it, but it's allowing it to flow. So it's flowing outwards, okay? And it's going into a stream. It's going into a stream of movement, of flowing movement. So this is your reading, guys. This is a confirmation of what I'm saying in a very loving way. Water is also symbolic of compassion, support, intuition. You know, so again, work with your intuition. See what allows you to be more aware of what's going on this month. Please pay attention to your finances. I cannot tell you this enough. Okay? Pay attention to your finances. Look into the pyrite stone. It's spelled Pyrite. It's also symbolic for the word fool's gold. There's some people that are subscribed to my channel. They love gold. You guys love gold. You love to work with gold. You love to create your own gold. I've seen ya. I've seen your channels, guys. Alright, so I'm wishing all of you a great Valentine's Day, a great 5 planetary alignment, okay? Make sure you guys are drinking lots of water. Put in some lemon or limes in your water. Put them in your teas. Get that detoxification going on. Pay attention to your finances. For those who are getting engaged and married, congratulations. Have a happy and successful move and great opening for your new businesses, guys. Okay? Happy in bulk. Celebrate it with lots of love and take care. And if you're going to drink, make sure you're doing it safe, okay? Take care.